Again, there's a lot of cards about movement here, Leo. There's 8 of Cups in reverse, walking away. Could be indecision around walking away. Could be inability to walk away. Could be a feeling of being stuck. There's the Chariot, which is moving forward, moving on with competence and confidence through the sheer force of your personality. Alignment, aligning these opposing forces in order to move on. And then we have the 6 of Swords coming up in a weakness, which is moving on after a time of conflict. Now we have the 5 of Swords here, and the 6 of Swords obviously follows the 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords is moving on after this experience. Hello, Leos. Greetings and salutations. Are you struggling around something? Is there some sort of dilemma in your life that you've been trying to figure out, thinking a lot about? Well, this is your reading, because today we're going to take a look at a challenge that you might be facing in May. We're going to do a SWOT analysis for your sign. We'll take a look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and potential threats where it comes to this particular challenge. So if that interests you, stick around. I have been shuffling your cards off camera. I'm going to give it one last shuffle, and then we'll start shuffling again. We're going to pull 3 cards for your challenge, and then we'll get into the rest of it. If it's your first time here, my name's Amanda. I'm at Luna Sync Tarot. Thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's take a look at your challenge. These are going to be like qualities and characteristics of the challenge that you're facing. Oop. Gosh, this came up the last time I did a reading. It's the 7 of Cups. Having to make a choice. A lot of options available to you in front of you, though none of them seem quite real. There's a lot of fantasy happening here, a lack of clarity, and possibly some confusion. It's very fantastic. It's very like sort of fantasy oriented and illusory. These choices, these decisions, these options. We have walking away, though. I believe this was in reverse, walking away. We have the 8 of Cups. It's a walking away card for me. Unable to move on, unable to walk away from this thing that you've built. And then we have the Chariot. That's so funny. There's an inability to sort of move on, and this is the moving on card. This is like, we're moving forward. We're moving forward with confidence and in total alignment through the sheer force of our will. This really, it feels, I don't think the Chariot is astrologically assigned to Leo, but it embodies for me a lot of the lioness qualities: confidence, competence, personality. It has a very sort of active energy to it. These are the qualities of your challenge. Needing to make a decision, like choose one of these cups. Which one will it be? There may be a walking away that happens around this choice, around these options that you're considering. And there's definitely moving forward in some powerful, confident way where this challenge is concerned. Okay, sweet. Leo, let's take a look at your strengths. I'm going to work with the Gilded Tarot. What are the strengths? Wow, came right out. Okay. You're not afraid of competition, and you bring it. We have the 5 of Wands. You're not afraid of competition, and you're not afraid of bringing it, bringing all that you got to the table and displaying it, showing it to others. Like, this is what I bring, this is what I have. These are my talents, these are my skills, these are my abilities, and let's just hash it out together. See what you got, right? Not afraid of competition. Unwilling to engage in conflict that is nasty. You know, there's this win over, or this power over mentality that sometimes is brought to conflict, that is dominated by ego and arrogance. It's really this energy of I am going to win at all costs, and yet the rewards are fleeting. They're temporary. It's a win in vain. This is not your approach to conflict. Your approach to conflict is one in which you understand that every conflict, it can be a win-win. You can come to a peaceful resolution of conflicts. And you approach conflict, you approach competition with that energy, with that perspective. So those are your strengths, Leo. Okay. Strengths, weaknesses. What are some of the weaknesses that might be... Oh, I just realized that the Lovers flipped up as well here for strengths. You might have a partner in your life that is bringing strength to this challenge, that is offering some sort of support to you at this time. This could also be just reinforcing the message that came through earlier with this this competition slash conflict in your perspective on competition slash conflict, where you understand that everybody has talents and skills, unique abilities that they bring to the table, and the point of coming together in competition or in conflict is to test those skills and abilities in a way where everybody wins, everybody gleans information, useful information from that, right? Lovers is about a choice. It's also about unification, coming together, blending, melding, merging. I feel like this is your, what are the words? This is the point. If there is conflict, if there is competition, the whole point of that scenario or of that conflict or competition is to ultimately blend, meld, merge, unify. Okay, let's look at weaknesses that you might be facing around this challenge. These are just good things to be aware of, work on, think about, resolve. Challenges for Leo. Where it comes to this challenge, there are options. They feel lofty, not totally real. Challenge, 3 of Wands. Kind of always looking out, away toward the horizon for something else. Something different. I wanted to say something better. Instead of maybe sticking with what is right in front of you. More cards for challenge or weaknesses. 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Weaknesses. Okay. This is telling me a story here. These 3 cards coming up in the weaknesses for you around this particular challenge. When there is a heartache, a heartbreak, a disappointment in love, or a disappointment, emotional disappointment, you're quick to move on and turn your back and see what else is out there. That's sort of your coping mechanism for dealing with emotional disappointment, just turning your back, looking away from it. Okay, well, what else is out there? I'm moving on. I'm going to take what is mine. Look at all these swords in her ship. And I'm moving on. This is coming out as a weakness. There may be some sort of conflict inside of a love situation here. Seems to be the story that's playing out. Okay, opportunities around this challenge. What are the opportunities around this challenge? Because where there is a challenge, there are always opportunities. And that's kind of what we want to do in life, right? We want to meet our challenges and glean the opportunity from the challenge. So, show me opportunities where this challenge is concerned. Again, there's a lot of cards about movement here, Leo. There's 8 of Cups in reverse, walking away. Could be indecision around walking away. Could be inability to walk away, could be a feeling of being stuck. There's the Chariot, which is moving forward, moving on with competence and confidence through the sheer force of your personality. Alignment, aligning these opposing forces in order to move on. And then we have the Six of Swords coming up in a weakness, which is moving on after a time of conflict. Now we have the Five of Swords here, and the Six of Swords obviously follows the Five of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on after this experience. Opportunities. King of Wands. Ooh, okay. There may be somebody that you're moving toward, or you may be embodying this energy, this King of Wands energy. This is a personality. It's somebody who is very fiery, very passionate, very inspirational, has a lot of friends, has a huge network, knows how to leverage his network in order to turn his desires into reality. He's in a position of power and authority, and this is coming up as a opportunity. So it could be for you moving into a position of power and authority in that way, or it could be that there's a personality like this coming in around this challenge. Ugh. Tell me more. Tell me more about this opportunity that this challenge is presenting for Leo in May. Ooh, limitations. This card for me is always an opportunity for you to take a look, a deeper look at your self-imposed restrictions, your fear-based thoughts, and to begin to break those down. It's coming out in connection with the King of Wands. I'm getting a counselor vibe here. Could be an opportunity to be mentored or to talk with the King of Wands type character where it comes to some of these boundaries or constraints that have held you back. And then we have reflection. Evaluating your life, a new beginning, moving forward in a new direction. This came out in the reverse, my friends. So the opportunity here is one that you may be, because this is in reverse, again, this is reflection. These two are very similar. Evaluating your life, taking a look at some of those boundaries, constraints that have limited you. These are the things that are preventing you from moving forward in this way. It seems like there needs to be some work here in order to embody the Chariot energy. There is a very strong call to move on. And yet there's work to be done around moving on. Okay, well, let's look at threats here. Let's work with the Dark Mirror. I like to work with the Dark Mirror for threats, and maybe just pull one card unless more automatically fall out. One card for threats. This could be stuff that's coming in from the outside, a threat that's coming in from the outside, an external threat to this challenge, to your approach to this challenge. It does seem to have something to do with love and heartache. We have the Three of Swords here. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. Sacrifice. This is the threat. Sacrifice. Are you sacrificing yourself in some way where this issue is concerned? This could be the deeper thing to look at. Okay, well, let's pull a card of guidance for you as you move through this challenge in May, Leo. I'm going to work with the medicine cards. Card of guidance for Leo. If this reading is resonating with you, hit the like button. I appreciate that. It helps other people to see the video. Consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you want to go deeper into this or anything else, the information for that is below in the description box. Card of guidance for Leo as they navigate this. Possum in reverse. Oh, possum hardly ever comes out for me, so I'm excited to read about this. 2 + 3 is 5, and that's the number of conflict and change. Possum, opossum in reverse. In the contrary, this is diversion. Ooh, interesting. In the reverse position, possum may be warning you against getting caught in the high drama of your life's present scenario. Close your eyes and dramatize. Dramatize? Close your eyes and dramatize. May keep you from seeing the truth of a situation. Ooh, that is 7 of Cups energy for sure. Close your eyes and dramatize. Remember, we talked about this as being there are options here. They're very elusive, very fantastic, fantasy-oriented. You may buy into melodrama in yourself or others. You might as well play dead if you are justifying what you are doing with a tragic victim routine. If this concept does not apply to your situation, take a look at the possibility that you may have recently been giving excuses for why you don't want to do something instead of telling the truth. In fearing to hurt someone else's feelings, you may have trapped yourself in a justification pattern. I'm too sick, I'm too poor, I'm watching my weight, I'm too short, tall, sad, busy, tired. In having to defend yourself with excuses, you may have lost the point. You don't have to defend your right to be. The exercise is in learning to politely say that something would not be appropriate for you at this time. That's all. You owe no one an excuse. Learn to imitate possum and play dead in the sense that the best strategy is no defense. In assuming the viewpoint of no defense, you have chosen the right to be who and what you are with no games involved. The proper use of diversion is to know when you do not need to use diversion at all. You owe no one an excuse for how you feel or what you choose to experience. This might be connected to that sacrifice card, that threat card. Sacrificing yourself for the sake of others, the sake of the feelings of others. No defense. The best strategy is no defense at all. Like, you owe no one an excuse. You don't have to justify how you feel. You don't have to justify what happened. You don't have to justify who you are. You don't have to justify the decisions that you make for yourself. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to justify that either. That is a hard thing to do or not do. But it's super important. And I love that message. I hope it resonated with you, Leo, and I'm wishing you the best in May. Take good care.